my father is jumping. I don't know how well that's going to work. I can only imagine how horrible this is about to sound. I don't know how well that's going to work. What? Okay, wait. It actually came through clear that time when I was trying to set this up. The mic kept crunching. I can imagine how horrible this is about to sound. Sasha, hold on. My cat's getting in places she shouldn't. What? Okay, wait. It actually came. Oh my god. Through that time. Just trying to set this up. The mic kept crunching. Oh my god, that is crazy. I cannot believe it actually started working. It's gonna be really, really, really delayed, but I mean that that works. Sasha, please. Okay. Wow. That is so crazy. Oh, Sasha. I'm so sorry. You guys are gonna hear that like a lot. She's rambunctious right now. She's still like kitten aged. Hey. Um. So welcome. I. Hmm. I don't think I thought that I would get this far. If I'm honest. Last time, the stream kind of crashed out like really bad. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, um. Oh God. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Come here. No. Whoa. Oh God. Cats really are just like that. um. Shoot. Where to go? Uh. So I should get my bearings. Welcome. Uh. This stream is mostly to doodle and show off what I feel is appropriate to show off for the stream, and also to try streaming because everybody made it look fun. My replies might come through a little late to whatever's in the chat just because this mic lags really, really bad. I'm also like double checking that it's feeding through okay on my phone, so it's coming off really weird. So I guess we could, aside from the doodles, start with the game assets, I suppose. Oh gosh. Yeah, let's do that actually. So I don't know what most people wanted to see on this, so I just pulled up what I thought looked nice for now. So just the nicest art I think I've made so far that isn't just concept work is just art of the main character for the fun of it. I don't know how exciting that is, but I hope it's fun, I guess. This is really tripping me up. Hmm. Thank you. By the way, cicadas. Um, thank you, Sammy. Cicadas. Do you follow the blog? I also like the sweets theme very much. Probably because I'm biased. Very biased. Let's see. Nope. Sorry. I don't know why I asked that. I'm sure you do follow the blog. I mean, otherwise you wouldn't have found the thing. Oh, okay. I've seen you a good few times in the notes then. Hi. Thank you for following this. I know it's gotta be a little boring with all the pauses between development, but I really do appreciate the interest. Um, so I have the cute little side characters for the backgrounds for while you're playing the game. I'll just go through those a little. No, Sasha. All right. So we have Jake. Oh God, Helen's bald. That wasn't intentional, I assure you. Helen gets to return. We got Alicia. I think I left all of these on their Halloween costumes because that was the last little sprite thing I was working on. Which, sorry, I'm also still getting over something. So I might cough or sniffle a couple times during this. No, not the bald. A few of them are gonna be bald. I'm so sorry. Uh, I'm so glad you're excited to play this. I I'm not gonna lie, these characters have been living borderline rent free in my head for the past decade since I made them in high school with Kat. And it's really nice to finally be able to actually do something with them. Oh, God, not again. Okay, wait. No, that's the wrong hand. There we go. She's back to normal. Da, 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 da. That's the wrong outfit. A few of these are going to be dressed up in outfits that aren't for the regular thing. Just because I've been working on the different scenarios, which, I mean, it's Sammy. um, oh fuck, I got tripped up. Um, if you guys are interested, I can go over what some of these are for scenario wise, but for the most part, I just didn't think anybody would be super interested in seeing what they are. Oh my god, how many of these did I leave bald? I think it might be too many. I think I've done them dirty. This is embarrassing. I'm so sorry. Nope. Nope. Okay, yep. There we go. All our is fine. He gets to be normal. Uh, I don't want to say magnum opus. Uh, Because this is still like, it's not like, I feel like I can do better. I always feel like I can do better when I'm making stuff, just because I don't know. My mom raised me to be a little bit of a perfectionist on accident, I guess. So every time I see what I'm doing, I'm like, no, I could do that better. I could do better than that. Uh, Hi, Sasha. Hi, pretty girl. A bald emo? Oh no. I might have to doodle one just to put it on the blog so everybody who didn't catch this will have no context and they'll just see bald characters. That might actually be a little funny. Um, so, no. Uh, oh yeah, no, the first game. The first game was like, so I'm sure I've posted about this before. The first game was made in like the span of 2 weeks leading up to Valentine's Day because before that I had been relentlessly working on a story I made in high school about a death loop. And I kept telling myself I was going to make a visual novel, and I got like halfway through that process back then, and I never finished it. So I looked at these characters and I was like, oh, yeah, I should probably finally make a game. And then that's how the first game happened. And it was just really, uh, looking back, it feels very silly looking at some of that art and some of the writing. It's like I was hitting little check boxes. Sasha. I'm gonna post a picture of you after this stream so everybody knows what you look like. I don't know if they can hear you meowing like this. Oh gosh. Okay. So, all right. Do-do-do. So this is Dante. Uh, he's technically been around since the first iteration of these characters. He's the one that does. Hold on, my other cat is yelling at me. Oh, you got him? Thank you, hon. It really is just part of getting stuff done, I guess. Uh, doing one thing and then keep going, and then you keep trying to improve it. Ah, but Dante is the one and the reason for a major early plot point for Viva's route. Um, and he and this is wow, sorry, I'm still getting tripped up. This is your coworker in the game. He's an asshole, and I I really hope everybody agrees that he's an asshole because I keep trying to paint him like that because all I can see is the kind of guy who you work with who likes to talk over you and then brags a lot and never shuts up. And then we've got Barry's mom. I'm sure you guys have seen Barry. Barry is kind of the poster girl for this game. Where'd you go? Barry, no, where'd you go? Barry. Barry's the poster girl. She's like the default route pretty much. Aside from how I consider all are, I guess, since he's considered a poster child. Sammy. So not you. Uh, this is Barry's mom, Callie, and then we've got no, not Helen. Barry's brother, who I had way too much fun designing. I do have to name the folders. You're absolutely right. What's crazy is I had them labeled before, and then I kept adding folders to the folders for like the clothes and the hair and stuff, and then I forgot to label them again. Hi, Loki. Baby. You here to say hi? I'm gonna put you in the next game again. It's just gonna be a sad little picture of you. laying on the ground on top of the heater. Um, shoot. So Jake is Barry's brother. He helps you get your job in the game. He's kind of like just a basic supporting character. I would have made him romanceable too, but I've got so many on this thing that I tried to make romanceable, and at this point, I don't know how much more I could do before I lose my mind. Shoot. So we've got Louis. Everybody knows Louis. He's my biased favorite. The endless nesting of folders is, I feel like it's a necessary experience, honestly. Oh, uh, so we've got Louis. Everybody knows Louis. Bias. We've got Josh, who ended up being a little more popular than I had anticipated after the release of the second game. I didn't think he'd be very popular, but I've gotten a surprising amount of fan art for him, which is really, really nice. Louis, my beloved. Oh, Sammy, you don't have to worry about the dolls. By the way, Cicada, Sammy, my good friend here, started making adorable little dolls of Alar and Louis, and it was really, really cute seeing them get made. They're like works in progress, but I absolutely love and adore them, and I so appreciate Sammy making them. Oh gosh. Then we have Mika, who also ended up way more popular than I anticipated. Mika's got like his own lovely fan that I love seeing art of them together. It's so cute. It makes me so happy. He's got that fear of cats, etc., etc. We've got Marco, who briefly showed up in the original game. Wait, Mika was your second favorite, really? Or was your favorite? Mika has become exceedingly popular in my eyes then. Oh my gosh. I really I really like Mika as a character too. I think he's one of the more chill ones that I work with games. Uh right. Marco showed up in the first game. He flirted with the player a little bit, if I remember correctly, and then I just never did much with him up until uh well no, actually. I guess in the second game I had started making a route for him, and then I just never finished it. And I cut it from the game because I was like, "Oh God, I don't know where I'm going with this." It got really, really messy. Oh, yes. Hold on. Back to Mika. Come here, Mika. Um, we love Mika, the trainer's king. But Marco's route in the second game was originally gonna be like you being his coworker, obviously, and then you guys awkwardly getting together, and then the bad ending was gonna be you finding out that he hangs out with Dante. Oh, there goes the alarm. Thank you. Uh, you'd find out he hangs out with Dante, and then he would have to shoot you or something, and then I was like, I don't think people are gonna like that, so I just cut it. I had to cut it. We know Alar very well, and Alar has become my best little guy, funny enough. He went from being a character made specifically for cats OC to a character I've actually put a lot of love into, and I love his pink head, his pink hair. Sammy, I see uh the funny face in the chat. Is that about Marco shooting the player? I promise that's not gonna happen this game. Somebody else might get shot, though. Probably. Depending on the ending. I'm still working on the endings. I'm actually wrapping up most of the initial storyline, and I'm working towards the ending segment of the game. Kat and I are going to be editing through that later today. Let's see. Honey also briefly showed up in the first game, I think. She's Marco's coworker, and the funny thing about Honey is that, so her full name is Alejandra, but people call her Honey just because it's a cute nickname. Sure. I'm sorry, I did not mean to laugh that loud. Um, he is just a little large guy. Uh, but Honey was actually the OC that was originally paired in the very, very first iteration with Alar, funny enough. That's since changed to Josh. But she used to be in the original iteration in a polycule with Alar and Mika, and then I made Josh, and then Josh took the lead on that one, which is hilarious in my mind. Um, but she is a fashion passionate. Uh, I don't know how to describe this other than she really is passionate about what she loves to do. And she shares that with the player, and she encourages the player to do things for themselves rather than for their family. If you played Josh's route in the second game, you know Cookie very well. Oh my gosh. Hold on, I need to take a drink. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Oh yeah, the polycule thing didn't last very long because like not too long after we introduced that as a concept, we dropped the RP it was for a hot minute there. And then when we did it again, we just like scrapped all the original storylines and did that. The whole new thing with Josh. Oh, you guys Cookie. Oh, right. So, yeah, no, we know Cookie very well. Uh, Cookie's character has changed a crazy amount too. 'Cause she used to just, we used to consider her like, in one of the older iterations, we considered her a sibling to Josh briefly. And then we were like, no, we should change that. We should just make them childhood friends. And then it ended up being Marco, Cookie, and Josh are all childhood friends. Uh, so there is one poly route I have planned for the game this time. Uh, it probably won't surprise you, but it's all R and Louie with the player. Still working through that one. Still writing that, but again, Kat and I are going to be going through the story today to work on some stuff and tweak a couple things before I continue into the end planning, and then after the end planning, I'm going to be doing the first draft, the second draft, etc., until I get it all in the game. uh, but yeah, Cookie, Josh, Marco are childhood friends that all grew up together. But Cookie considers Josh more than she does Marco. Marco is like nothing to her for the most part, which I love. And also, the player, I don't know how many people are going to want to romance Cookie. Because Cookie is kind of really standoffish until about halfway through the game. Then she starts warming up to the player. At least that's how I have it planned currently. So I don't know how many people are going to stick around for Cookie. But just know once she's in love with you, she will take a baseball bat to somebody's head for you. Not that that would be so surprising. Sammy, no! Sammy! Nothing you can fix or comment. Um, like I said earlier, Barry is like the poster girl for the game I want her to be. I love her a lot. I mean, I don't know if, so like, she's Tsundere at first, and then she bleeds into Yandere for Cookie. Sunyan, I want to say. Um, Barry, however, is like the starter character for sure. She's with you through everything in the game, pretty much. She's the reason you move to town. She's the reason you meet everyone. She encourages you to enjoy yourself and separate yourself from your family in the game because I actually have not recalled how much I've posted about the actual game's plot. But the main chunk of the plot is separating yourself from your toxic family. And Barry is a huge help for that because she's really supportive and she's your bestie in the best way possible. And I really hope people like her, even if she is like the default. Oh, that's the first time I've seen Loki chase Sasha. Oh my gosh. Um, I'm glad you like her design. I keep wanting to doodle her in more and more colorful, fun alien themed outfits, if I'm honest. But I'll get there. I'll make more doodles of her in fun outfits. Um, Sugar, I don't know if you've noticed the theming with the girls' names, but a lot of them have sweets theming or like dessert theming. Um, Yay. Uh, not I wouldn't say it's getting disowned representation, as much as it is uh I want to say avoiding being taken advantage of representation. But that's also in part, I don't know. I guess part of it's pulling from personal life issues for the main story. Not completely, of course, but in part, it was a little inspired. Uh but anyways, Sugar. Sugar is the edgy artist character. She is a bad influence, I want to say. She's I have a part of the game where you can interact with her on your way home, and she will offer you your first cigarette, and she makes fun of you a little bit because you've never had a cigarette before. And I think that sums her up a little bit. So who among them would hate being called sweetie by someone they didn't know? Uh, I want to say Cookie would hate it. I want to say Louie, Cookie, Louie, Sugar, and hmm. No, Marco would like it. Never mind. Uh, those three mostly would probably hate being called sweetie by somebody they didn't know. Oh, Sasha. Hi, girl. Um, oh right. My favorite part of Sugar's route is that not Jake, not Helen. She and Alicia, because I brought Alicia back, have personal beef that you get to see happen throughout the game. And again, uh, Alicia continues to be inspired by people I've known throughout my life, but also I'm trying to put a little more effort into her character this time so that she's more of her own character that maybe people could like in a way. Not completely, because she's still a really bad person. Uh, and then there's my other brushes. Well, first time I tried a cigarette was at a random bar at some guy. Oh, you know what? That's, oh man. I'm not gonna lie, I personally haven't actually smoked, but that's Loki, what are you doing? Okay. Um, I haven't smoked, but that's personally because I've already got anosmia, and I was told when I was younger that smoking can make your sense of smell worse, and I was like, I've already got no sense of smell. I'd rather not make that worse somehow, so I just never gave it a chance. Which is probably for the best, honestly. I tried a vape once, and that's the closest thing to a cigarette I've ever tried, if I'm honest. I've known people who smoke, of course. Obviously, I'm sure everybody knows at least somebody who smoked, but anyways, this is Viva. If you've seen, like Sammy has, I know Sammy's seen Viva very many times, but if you've seen anything on my additional blogs, uh, I know I posted art of her on the Eat Your Heart Valentine blog. Viva, like Honey, was part of the original set of characters in the very first iteration, and she was the one that I originally made for Louis, and that's why if you don't romance either her or Louis, they get together in this game, because I'm biased. A lot of these characters will get together with somebody if you aren't bothering to romance them, just because I like having that nod at the original variations. Yeah, I don't recommend it. I have asthma. No! Not the asthma! Oh, oh, your poor lungs. Uh, oh my god, it does look like pudding. I didn't even realize that. Oh my god. She's vanilla pudding. Vanilla pudding. God damn it. Okay, well, I continue to persist with the dessert themes on accident as well as on purpose, I guess. Which is fine. I like desserts. I'm very biased. But right. I keep losing my train of thought. Viva was uh, she was a self-insert for a while, I'm not gonna lie. I really liked her. Um, moving on. Cream! Oh, now I need a jar with pudding. Shoot. Cream was originally going to be romanceable in this game. I ended up not going with that because I already had so many characters to write out story-wise. But, Cream wants to be a detective. Uh, Kat and I have made jokes in the past about her being like the detective from Silence of the Lambs, and we made jokes about that when we first made her, which always linger in my mind when I'm drawing her. Uh, but she's just a little country lady who came to their city to learn how to be a detective because she hates crime, etc., etc. And her pair up partner is Alar. So if you don't romance Alar at all, she ends up being his little pair up partner. Uh, yeah. I did not end up writing her into a lot of the scenarios. I need to adjust that and add her into a couple more just so it doesn't seem as jarring for her to just be around as much. Because I like her as. Oh my gosh, this cough. I like her as a character very much. She's just hard headed and wants to do what's best for people, but she doesn't always consider people's biases or the bias of the career path she's chosen. We know Alicia very well. If you played Louis' route in the last game, she's gonna be planned to be a pain in the ass in Sugar's route and in Louis' route. Lesser so in Louis' route than she is in Sugar's route. Uh, and Helen, Because Helen gets to show up again in Mika's routes, and only Mika's routes. Because she's like Mika's sister in a way. And then Jake. So, that's the fun little cast of characters we've ended up with. Not you. Not, no. Okay. Where's, come back. There we go. That's a little funny. Yeah, that was part of the joke between me and Kat is that Cream would, there's always a possibility that Cream could find out what happened to him and what he does in the basement in his playroom, quote unquote. And we never get very far with it, but I mean, in his romance route for her, like in the case scenario of him and her getting together, they they work it out. They work it out. I don't know how, but they have to work it out. So I'm gonna get to that at some point. I promise. Let's see. So, warning. These bodies are not finished or dressed yet. I still have to get the clothing together for them. They're all very cool. Yay! I'm glad you're excited. Oh my god. I'm glad you're excited. So these guys, I need to get their clothes on still. These are works in progress. But we've got some other talk sprites planned out in the art style that everybody voted on, which I think it's fun. It definitely matches the rest of the game a bit more than the other art style I was planning on going with. So this works out really well. Um, no, close, close. Okay. Uh, let me see. We've got. Where did you go? Huh. I mean, I guess I already posted the Halloween costume designs for the Halloween scenario, which I think is going to be really, really fun to draw all their little things for. Uh, I've got the outfits for the girls. The guys' outfits, I don't think I ended up needing to draw too many of them. How much violent stuff is going to be in this game? Yeah, no, I know I toned down the violence like a crazy amount in the second game compared to the first game. I won't lie, I was a little inspired by another game when I was writing the first game, because this is this is not an appropriate game that I got a little inspired from, but that period of time leading up to me making the first game, Kat and I had found out about Boyfriend to Death, I think it was. Is that what it's called? Okay, yeah. We found out about Boyfriend to Death, and we got like entranced by that game. It was like, holy crap. Horror, romance, kind of. And I ended up getting inspired about the concept of horror and romance together outside of what I had already been trying to do with my initial project. Um, so that's why the first game was so gory on top of that. Second game, I toned it down because I was like in a weird mental space, I guess. And I was trying to tone myself down in general just to cope a little bit. Because when I was making the second game, uh, I was consistently stressed. Oh yeah, I played those back in high school. They did, yeah. Whoa, my gosh! I play. When Kat and I got into it, we were just like fresh out of high school, kind of. We had been a year, not fresh. We'd been like a year or two out of high school. Because, yeah, we graduated 2016, 16, 17, 18, 19. No, I guess it was a couple years after high school. Never mind. Um, but I plan on bringing some violence back to the third game. Not to the extent of Allar's route completely with the fingernails. I don't want to go the Higurashi route again, like I did with that one. But there will be some planned violence for the end routes and the bad ends. I'm just gonna try not to go too crazy with it like I did the first game. I don't know, maybe. I'll see. I'll see what the endings end up feeling like. I graduated in 2020. Oh my gosh. That is that's a little jarring, I want to say. The fingernails. Oh gosh. Yeah, no, that fingernail scene is like a major indicator for watching Higurashi. If you know, you know kind of thing. And because when I was writing out the first game, I was thinking of Boyfriend of Death, and I was like, God, what's a really gruesome thing? And I was like, oh, I remember this, because I watched Higurashi as a kid, uh, in parts on YouTube. Oh my God, I think anybody who's seen that scene will always remember that scene. I had to skip it because I rewatched the series a couple years ago, and I had to skip that scene just because it. Oh God. But yeah, depending on how the end planning goes for like the routes endings and stuff like that, we'll see how violent it gets. Olar and Louis, of course, are going to have some violence, and Cookie is going to definitely have some violence. It's mandatory with Cookie. Let's see. I also, so if you obviously played through Mika's route in the second game, you know about the last Enigma room, which is that nightclub that Mika likes to go to that he takes you to on Valentine's Day. Um, there is a scene in the game for this one that I plan where everybody goes to hang out, and I ended up doodling everybody their own little outfits, minus Louis, who already had an outfit that looked pretty good for it. Um, which I'm sure when I was filing through the little chibis before you guys saw briefly. So we've got Barry's, we've got Josh's, Mika's, all ours, but I feel like I have to add more to it, so it's probably gonna get edited just a little bit for all ours. We've got Viva, Marco, Louie, Cookie, Honey, and Sugar. Fun, fun, fun. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like what's worth showing at this point outside of what I just got to show you guys and go over with you guys. Just there's so much. I'm glad you think so. I put some extra care into Mika's outfit designs this time around. I ended up defaulting back to his second game clothes for his main outfit because I didn't like the concept I had for this one. Uh, I got a little excited to draw goth outfits. Or gothy outfits, I guess. Uh, I know it's cursed that Alar would not wear pink, but I thought, um, for the Enigma room, he might want to go back to his roots a little bit and feel his feelings. Because before he started dressing all cute and whatnot, he used to dress kind of glum and sad. Let me pull that up. Where'd you go? This is old art. I should know. But he used to just kind of dress plainly and in dark colors, and I thought, oh, maybe we could draw him in blue this time. But you're right. It is a crime that he's not in pink. I his hair makes up for it, I feel. I'll make some adjustments. Oh my gosh. All our emo phase? Yeah, kind of. So you can even see his natural hair color before he started dyeing it. And the weird thing I was constantly doing with eyelashes where I'd make them match their hair back then that I kind of not completely stopped doing. I've actually got like some old age designs too. This is old as well, I should note. Um, some of this art is super outdated, I want to say. Something, think, sometimes. Uh, I mean, yeah, Allah is sad and I love him. He's trying his best. His best isn't legal or mentally sound, but he's trying his best and I love him. He's my child, kind of. Let's see. If you guys want to see some obnoxiously old art, let me see what I can find. Oh gosh. Do I still have any saved? Is the question. How to protect it. I think at this point, Olar could probably protect himself pretty well. Uh, oh god. Did I delete it? I think I deleted it. I used to have some really uncomfortably old art that I guess I deleted at some point. Oh wow. Uh, I haven't drawn Marco that much apparently. I'm going through my folders. I don't think it's showing up on here, but I've got like maybe 3 pictures of Marco, which is shocking because I remember drawing him a lot more. Let's see. Oh, I also got the Love Cubs on here. They're so cute. Cute, Care Bear knockoffs. Sasha. There we go. I don't think I ever posted this one. I know I posted most of them, but, yeah. So, uh, actually, give me just 1 second. I'm gonna try and pull up the testing functions variation of the game because I haven't made the main file for the game. I made a testing variation of it so that I could try and get certain mechanics to work properly. So I'm gonna try and get that to work real quick so that you guys can see what the GUI is looking like so far. Oh my god, I think I'm dying. Um, yeah, they are pretty cute. This art isn't up to my current standards, but it, they are pretty darn cute, I gotta say. Come on, Menfy, I need you to load. I love Care Bears. Aller gets his knockoff Care Bears. Please load. Begging. I might have to find my mouse real quick. I've been using my tablet this whole time as a mouse, which doesn't always do the best. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hello, Renpy. I accidentally opened 3 copies of this. Hold on. So we are gonna launch this. No, pause. No. Okay. Almost got it. We're gonna window this though, for the sake of making it a little easier to use with the streaming stuff. Let me just, this might lag a little, I'm so sorry. window capture, candy. There we go. Okay, so my little model's gonna stay off the screen for now while I show you guys this. I think I posted a brief preview on the actual game dev blog, but this is what. Oh wait, is this even showing up? Hold on, let me double check that this is showing up because the display I have to monitor my stream is lagging really bad. So give me. Is this working? There it goes. Okay. So this is what we have so far for our main menu. This is definitely going to change a little bit. I want to add a little more to it so it looks nicer. Yeah, chocolate. I'm biased. The dessert theme persists. Again, which I hope people don't mind too much. So we've got our cute little buttons that show the filling. We've got our about section with our cute little main character that everybody can project onto as they please. By the way, is devlog it should be. Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, no, it should be Sad Bunny Studios. Um, for the sake of it, I'm gonna reblog something onto my main blog so you can find it easier, Sammy. Hopefully it shows up for you. Okay. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we've got I forgot that. Oh, let's see. So we've got our cute little character, our main character people can project onto our help, our preferences, which is a little simple, but I like it. Uh, we've got our loading screen, which is alright. So we've got, I keep saying we've got, like, a broken record. I'm so sorry. So the players can choose their pronouns. For the sake of making the amount of art I have to do easier on me, like the workload, the character itself is going to be drawn pretty femme presenting just so I don't have to continuously keep tweaking nonstop. That's the whole point of the character looking like that for the most part too, outside of a couple select illustrations that I plan on having variables for. So you can pick your pronouns, which I think is fun. So we got the test. I'm just gonna go back and forth. Wow, he, wow, she, wow, there. So, very fun. Um, this is still a work in progress, of course. I'm still adjusting some of these graphics. You can pick the doodles for it are really wonky right now. There's gonna be more finished ones for the little character that pops up in the middle. But for now, we have these. You can choose your skin tone, which will determine what your character's hair and skin tone look like. Um, I gave them all sweets names because the dessert theme continues. I'm really biased. um, so this is just to get the player ready for the beginning of the game. We can type our name, and I also made it so if you type a character's name, it tells you to try again. Oh, shoot. I apparently forgot to blacklist that one. Okay. So, uh, like usual, my default name goes to Ah. But if you don't pick one at all, and you just hit enter, you just get called MC. Uh, I put a lot of random text into the this initial part just so I could fill the history box and test this. Oh, I need to change this. This is still showing up pink. It was originally pink until I changed it to the red and the red chocolate theme. Uh, so I need to fix that. Shoot. So hyped that you have skin tone selections. A lot of games don't. So I think the reason a lot of games probably don't is just because, I mean, individual people making a game, that it can get kind of tiring to have to constantly readjust every illustration, which is why I think like your boyfriend and I think My Dear Hatchet Man does it too, where they have the little gray blobs as their characters. I think that's why they have it. Uh I I j- I saw people upset about that, and I like the lack of skin tone choice in most games, and I was like, you know who did that once? My Candy Love. Let's do that. So I'm just following in those footsteps, I guess. Right, I keep rambling. I'm so sorry. So this doesn't matter. This is just for testing choices. We've got Mika's really old sprite from the second game. Uh, we screamed. So the plan so far, this is going to change the profile picture of the main character. This was just a general placeholder. I gotta do one in the official style we're gonna be doing for the game. Uh, shoot, where was I going? So the background is going to be telling you the time of day along with this little heart stick thing. It's another piece of candy because I have an obsession, a really bad sweet tooth. The date is going to go here for the most part, so you kind of got a feel of how far into the year you are with your character. We've got the little dollhouse diorama background work in progress thing. Uh, this was the initial concept doodle for that. And then we have our newer one, where we're using Mika. So here you can see that the time is changing just to show off the different times of day. Uh, not this guy. This is the other test sprite. Obviously, we're going to go with the one that people voted on. I just haven't changed it back yet since I've been working on getting everybody's sprites together for that. And ta-da! We also have this cute little thing where it highlights the save box. I don't know how nice that's going to end up looking in actual use, but we'll see. We'll see. So we're going to go there. Quit. Yes. Nope. Go back. I'm begging you. Oh gosh, it's capturing the entirety of Renby. I'm so sorry you have to see that. Um, yeah. So that's some of the cool stuff that I've gotten done. God, it's all so cute. Cuteness is the aim of 90% of what I do. Did anything in particular inspire how much the main screen is set up? No, not really. Um, the main menu screen is mostly inspired. Let me, oh gosh, let me move that out of the way. The main menu has been nonstop trial and error just because I don't know how I want it to look. I keep looking. Oh God, I have this really bad habit of looking at other people's games and I'm like, oh man, that looks good. Why didn't I think of that? And then I'm like, I can't do that. That's their thing. So I've just been nonstop editing it as I go because I'm still not satisfied with it. And every time I end up with something that looks a little too close to somebody else's, I'm like, no, no, I shouldn't do that. I should maybe adjust that. I think the gray blobs are fine, but I do love having that representation. Something, seeing yourself in media you consume. Oh, that too. That's also very important. I I don't like it when people don't get to. I am an. I need to find my thoughts. I need to calm down before I start coughing again. Um, design is all about stealing things. No, I don't. I know it is, but I don't want to steal. I always get okay. So here's the thing. Two things. Two things. Um, one, I really, really believe in character customization. I can't do it the full amount that I want to for my game because I don't know if I have the capability to do it as well as like I don't know, Creepy Dates. Creepy Dates has like this whole character editing in it, and I worry if I try that I'm gonna break my game because I don't know what I'm doing enough, I guess. And the other thing, uh, you gotta make it your own somehow. So about that, I have this terrible, terrible habit where I'm sure a lot of people do it. I'm trying to break the habit. I look at things that people are doing and I think, man, that's way better than anything I'm doing. What the fuck am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. This looks really good. I look like a sad little bootleg next to some people, is how it feels. And I have to remind myself that's not the case. And I guess that's why I keep readjusting everything so that I don't feel like I'm a bootleg or because I know inspiration. I mean, obviously the Care Bear knockoffs right here. That's a form of inspiration and whatnot. Like I know that's a part of art and whatnot, but I always get antsy regardless, and I don't know why. It's also why I haven't played some of the other people's games. No, not a bootleg. Uh, Sammy, Sammy, Game Bunny Advance. I remember those jokes. I I have the highest respect for bootlegs. I just get antsy about anything regarding myself, I promise you. Also, that's also a part of programming. So much programming is stealing chunks of other people's code. Oh god. Not the not the spaghetti code. I promise. Oh god. Um I'm trying to keep my code so organized right now that every time I scroll through it, I start to get lost because I'm like, where am I? I don't know what part of the code this is. Help. And 90% of it is dialogue, thankfully, since this is Renpy. But the other parts that aren't make me so antsy because I'm like, if I type this wrong, I'm going to break my entire game and I might not know how to fix it. I'm I'm a little more art inclined than I am anything else. I don't think my I don't think my coding abilities are very up there. So this game is probably being held together with random band-aids. I think I get it. Sometimes you just gotta let things be what they are, you know? Yes. Yes, if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's why I keep going with the cute stuff. I like doing cute stuff. I want to do more than cute stuff at some point. Um, but it's in my blood and I can't stop drawing it. Anywho, uh, shoot. Let me see what else. I don't think I have that much to show off now. I think I've gone through a majority of what I got to show. Um, scrolling through all this. Uh, right. Uh, right. What I was going to earlier. I, well, cuteness is eternal. Cuteness is eternal. I mean, I think your style is very distinct. Like it calls back to a lot of older dating sims, but oh, that's sweet. I appreciate that. I think it's more of a self-esteem issue at the end of the day. I don't know why. I'm not gonna get into it too much though. I don't think that's appropriate for the stream. But that's why I haven't gotten around to playing more, because I watched Kat play through Your Boyfriend when it first blew up, and I got to play through I think a day of it on my own because Kat let me borrow the computer to try it out, and that was pretty fun. Uh, but that's why I haven't caught up on that one, and it's why I haven't played 14 Days with You or Sunny Day Jack or any of the like really cool looking ones that are out that people really like. I wanted to play John Doe really bad too, and then I was like, no, no, you can't do that. So I keep stopping myself from enjoying stuff, I think. Once I'm done with this game, I'm just gonna say fuck it and play through them finally and let myself chill out because then I won't accidentally keep comparing myself to them, and I think that'll be very fun when that time comes. Genuinely. Ah, shoot. But then again, oh, you know what? It's probably because, um, this is, hold on. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Still getting over being sick. Oh my God. Um, so it probably stems, I want to say, from, I don't know. Sammy, you were around for when I was doing the RPG Maker games and stuff like that. Uh, uh, I know most people probably haven't touched that stuff in a while. 14 Days has really good UI, but the last I played it, the writing was dry. Really? I've heard nothing but good things about it. Um, but I did RPG Maker games for a hot minute there, and I got really into the community, and the community on Tumblr got kind of scary for a minute there, because everybody would, like, look at any game that seemed like it might compete with theirs, and it got to a point where everybody was like anonymously sending asks to this one blog that was a part of the community, and it was like RPG Maker Confessions or something like that, and it was like for a bunch of the game devs and fans of like in progress games for RPG Maker horror games along the lines of like uh, Pocket Mirror and Eve and stuff like that, and like the indie ones that were being made around that time. And people would go to that blog and they'd be like, this game is clearly copying this game, or oh my god, this game is like so bad, and blah blah blah. It was weird. And then it got really positive, and then the whole community died off. And I think that might be what's tripping me up, if I'm honest. Everybody's gone now, which is weird. It feels weird. I think I'm just antsy that the visual novel community might accidentally end up going and tumbling down that hill too. One of the most impressive I've played design-wise is Online Obsession. Still a Online Obsession, did I? Oh! Yikes, that doesn't sound healthy. It was not healthy. It was, it was really messy. In the Pocket Mirror team, like, they work with Sega now, by the way. I don't know if you know that. But the people who made Pocket Mirror work with fucking, no, not Sega, Square Enix. They work with Square Enix now. So their games have a budget now. But before that, they would get like hate campaigns because the main character was a cute little lady in a cute little dress going through unimaginable horrors. But okay, Online Obsession. That one I've seen around. It looks so good. Oh my god. I want to play it so bad, but I got to wait until I'm done making this one so I can enjoy it. It looks so good, and the main character looks so cute and handsome. Uh, I think I might just like redhead characters, maybe. Anyways, wow. um, Evie, thank you guys for joining this. I think I think I might wrap this up in a minute, just cause, uh, I don't know what else to talk about, and I think I'm getting antsy, not knowing what to talk about, and it's making me nervous. So I might wrap this up. And I really appreciate you guys coming and visiting this, and I'm really glad it didn't completely lag out from the weather. Uh, that was it's been very nice and very fun. I don't get it. Oh God. Yes, yes. Before I go, yes, absolutely. Uh, communities scare the crap out of me. Uh, especially in today's online world, they scare the crap out of me, which makes me even more antsy. Anyways, thank you guys for joining. I'll see you. This is on a delay, by the way. Okay, thanks for showing so far. Yay! Have a nice day. Goodbye.